Hi, I'm Rob Cram, and today we're taking a look at Xbox Cloud Gaming on PC. First time it's sort of come onto the PC platform, enabling gamers to now live stream 100 odd games from their PC desktop, Windows 10 PC, which is nice to have. So basically, just to talk about the technology, it's a remote streaming from the Microsoft Cloud, and the settings, everything is all set by the cloud computer that you're streaming from, and basically it just allows you to play the game without any installation whatsoever. So obviously this is Crackdown 3, and just showing you briefly how it works. So from my experience, the game graphics aren't on maximum settings and stuff like that. I don't think they are anyway. And you're limited to the resolution, which I think is probably about 1080p at the most, maybe even less than that. But it's good for getting experience of the game. And it's also good for those who don't want to sit there loading and downloading. There's a bit of a hoop jumping to sort of get it started into the game. It takes a few minutes. But obviously then once you're playing, that's it. There's no more flapping about. So in terms of control, feels pretty smooth. But I've noted a slight kind of lag, input lag on the controller. So for fast-paced games like this one, but that don't require precise aiming, and it's got its own sort of auto aim. Whoops.
Whose side are you on, Agent?
Then you know, it can work well, and it's still playable basically. But if it's a first-person shooter like Halo, you might begin to notice a bit of the lag as well. I've also noticed that in driving games you tend to sort of oversteer a bit too much due to the lag as well. Whoops, trying to get into that car.
A logistics convoy on the move. Taking it out will put a serious dent in their efficiency protocols.
Yeah, so when you're driving, you've got to really sort of be mindful of how heavy you are on the controls.
Agency threat level is at max. Full force logistics.
Sending in the heavy drones. Heads up. Killer machines inbound.
Anyway, that's Crackdown. It seems to work well. Third-person action game. It's got its auto lock on.
Attention. All logistics units are now accessing max aggression program. Humans, watch out.
So it makes it fairly easy to play. And that's cool. So if you push your Xbox button, you can then quit the game. Go back to the menu. So how's the experience? Yeah, the experience is good. Quick start, definitely not. But the platform, yeah, ease of use definitely. Play anywhere, that's good. Freeze up the TV, I'm not sure what that means. I wouldn't say quick access. Right, let's go. Next. So I mean, games like Streets of Rage, you know, that's going to be pretty easy. Let's try Halo now. And then you can see now how long it takes to actually load into the game. But as I said before, it's much quicker than having to wait to download the whole lot. I mean, I own this game anyway. And I think the size of Halo Master Chief Collection's 50, 60 gig, maybe more than that. So the fact that you can just jump in within minutes is pretty handy. So let's see how it plays though. I don't think any of it's going to be unplayable, but I think you just have to sort of work with it, with the input lag that you're going to get on the controller. So just for the record as well, I am actually using a wired connection with my internet. There's no wireless here, so I'm getting a maximum benefit. And I'm using a 500 megabyte connection. So I've got an optimal system here. Right, so you see it's loaded the game pretty quick. What should I play? Use campaigns. And then you've got all these wonderful campaigns to play. But let's go to Halo 4. And that first mission is pretty sweet, if I recall. Yeah, that's fine. So that's a great sort of feature, you know, especially if you're playing with friends. And I think you should still be able to play with your friends in these kind of games. It's that there's no... You can jump across games, across many different games at a touch of a button. How can I skip this?
Chief,
Just move that out of the way.
you've been out for a while.
Where are we?
We're still adrift on the Dawn.
Why did you wake me?
Hang on. Bringing your systems online now. I rewrote your ship's firmware while you were out.
You've been busy.
Activating the ship's gravity generators. Chief, look up. You need to pull the manual release.
Seems like old times.
Ready to get back to work?
I thought you'd never ask. We've got intrusion alerts lighting up on multiple decks. Our best bet to figure out who's boarding us is the observation deck, 4 floors up.
Could it be a rescue team?
Wouldn't bet on it.
So control seems to be pretty good actually. And I'm certain Microsoft will have spent some
long was
extra
that?
resources in
4
getting their
years,
own
7 months, 10 days.
games
Somebody
up to
should have found
speed.
us by now. What's that?
Sensor scan, high intensity. Doesn't match any known patterns.
How close are we to the observation deck?
It's directly above us.
Graphics actually quality looks not bad. I mean, I'm seeing a
The
few
elevator doors look
artifacts,
sealed tight.
very few, but
Chief, be careful. Because some areas might have lost pressure.
Right.
Chief, watch out! I didn't realize the ship had deteriorated so badly.
I thought we had a truce with the Covenant.
A lot can happen in 4 years. Either way, he's probably not alone. We should be careful.
Okay, let's get it on. Yeah, it's definitely playable.
That's the last of them. Find the override for the blast shield so we can see what we're up against.
Right, I'm not going to get fully into it, but that's giving you a good idea. So let's come back out of here. So again, we can just quit the game. And try something different. So if you're not good at making decisions, no, that was a good experience. Platform. Yeah, ease of use definitely. It felt relatively responsive, yeah. Yeah. Okay, so let's try a driving game now for something different. That's going to have a different flavour as well. So, I mean, there's a quick way of selecting. I'm doing it the slow way by typing in, obviously, right, you'll see again how quickly it will jump into the game. Obviously, I've played all these games. They're already on my cloud save. So it will pick up where you've left off. So currently this has been available for Android devices. So now having the option available to do it on your PC is pretty cool. Obviously, from my point of view, it would not ever replace having the native game installed, running at max settings, 4K, 60 FPS, how I like to play my games. But for a quick play on something without me having to install it, I mean, it's something I would consider using for certain types of games. Obviously my internet connection is very quick and I could install a massive game in about an hour, like a 100 gig game in about just over an hour on a good connection. But that's me. Not everyone has that luxury. Again, 1 minute we're in Halo, next minute we're in Forza, so there you go. Right, let's jump in. So it was here where I played earlier that I noticed a bit of the artifacts, and you're sort of driving through ghost cars. Turn the radio off. That's it. Right, so as you can see, it is playable. I mean, let's go to a race.
Okay, Rob. I have set your route to a nearby race event. In 200 yards, turn left.
Yes, you see that sort of steering, very hard on the steering. So perhaps you can sort of mitigate that by changing these settings. That might be one way. So I mean, it is playable, but how competitive you'll be in a racing situation against tougher AI, I could not tell you. As I said, you might need to tweak the controls a bit better, the steering sensitivity, to mitigate the extra lag that you might have. Remember, I'm using a wired controller as well, so nothing's wireless here. So I can drive, that's a given.
You have arrived at your destination.
It's whether I can drive effectively. No, there's no race here. Bring up that map. So why wasn't there a race there then? Let's go back and try again. So as you see, online players are in the game. There's no reason why they shouldn't. Right, so why didn't it come up?
You have arrived at your destination.
Oh, there you go. Okay, let's do it. Solo. Yep, stick in the same car. Yep. Yeah, I've kind of muted all the music for obvious reasons. Right, let's do it then. Okay, let's see if this over-understeer from the lag is going to affect me too much. Oops. There's a bit of stuttering with the audio. Yeah, so I'm playing sort of extra cautiously as well. So, whoa. Yeah, so when you get into those kind of little spins, it's very hard to sort of recover. So obviously I'm in the last place, I'm getting thrashed here completely. So yeah, I think driving games, any sort of input lag is going to affect your handling completely, especially if it's a car that's liable to slide around. I don't even know what difficulty this was set on. Yeah, so when the car goes into that sort of spin like that, I just missed a checkpoint. Oh my gosh. Right, you get the point, all over the road. Yeah, I would not rate playing this kind of game using cloud game until they improve the controller lag. It's just way too much. I mean, I'm sure some people will be able to work with it. I look all over the road. Bam. Yeah, let's come out of here. Not impressed with that at all. Quick game. Boo-hoo. Exactly my experience earlier. It's great just driving around the countryside, but as soon as you get into a race, bad input. No issue with controllers. Yep. Network though. Input lag definitely, and stuttering. Game lag, yes, everything in that particular one. So yeah, driving games not so great. Well, that particular game is not working so great. Right, we'll try one more game. I mean, Gears is going to be similar to Halo. I think that's going to work fine. There's no point showing that. I think a fighting game is going to be quite difficult, but it should work. Something like Grand Theft Auto will be fine. So there's so many games to choose from here. I'll just show you the whole list whilst I'm here. So a lot to choose from. I was actually going to show you the Streets of Rage games. I think that kind of game works perfectly with cloud streaming. From my experience, there it is. I mean, it doesn't require you to have sort of precise inputs, and it's not a fast-paced kind of game. So this kind of style works extremely well. So, and there are lots of games of this type. I was playing Carrion earlier. Again, that's another game from Devolver Digital. That's a great game to play because of the fact it doesn't require
Bring it on!
And you can see again how quickly I got into the game as well. That's also another bonus. Not taking so long to load up. But as I said at the beginning of the video, take all of this with a grain of salt, because basically it's all experimental stuff. Yeah, it works fine. You're not going to feel like you're cheaped out because of the input lag. Oops, and he just died. Yeah, okay. Wasn't paying attention. Yeah, it works absolutely fine. And even those rolls after being hit, yeah, no problem doing those. I'm doing terribly here. About to die. Okay, so you get the point. And again, we can just go back to menu and play something else. A touch of a button without any messing about. So yeah, so my overall impressions of this is, well, for this game, good. What did you enjoy? Platform, quick access, ease of use, definitely, and the game feels responsive. Yes. Okay. Right, so I'm going to leave it at that. I mean, this is pretty cool stuff. So if you get a chance to try it, then definitely it's worth having a look. And it's great that you've got this 100-odd games to choose from. I still haven't shown you the entire list. Let's see if I can quickly do that now. There you go. So not bad. Okay, I'm Rob Cram. Thanks for watching. This is Xbox Cloud Gaming on PC.